everybody. We're starting today off in the Corolla because I have broken it. I don't exactly know how or why or what is going on, but I do know I was driving home from the shop the other day and I did a little baby pull in the Corolla. Car shut off immediately. I had to pull off to the side of the road, push the car off the main road, and then I eventually was able to get it started again. So something is definitely going on with the car. Melanie's following behind me in case this thing dies again, but I don't know. Now, instead of just blatantly fixing the car, which we're going to do, we're going to figure out what's going on with this thing. We are also going to be modifying it some more. So I got a ton of drivetrain stuff in that a lot of you guys suggested. One of them being the pitch mount, another one being a short shifter and shifter bushing. So we're just going to kind of baby the Corolla over to the shop. It's only about 10 miles, so we should be able to make it. I'm hoping. The car has boost right now, but it's kind of violent. I suspect that either a charge pipe popped off, a coupler tore, or something catastrophic has happened. To be honest, I mean, the car's driving okay right now, so something catastrophic couldn't have happened. The biggest thing I'm gonna be keeping an eye on while I'm kind of limping the car out there is temperatures also. Like I said, I could have been hyperbolic, but the car was idling between 203 and 207 degrees Fahrenheit, which seems hot. That just I could be wrong in the Corolla stuff. I don't know. That just seems hot. It looks fine right now, and you're not gonna believe me that there's something wrong. I swear. Whenever you try to get into boost something, it feels like an old WRX where it's like no boost, no boost, no boost, all the boost all at once. Something is off. Something is not right. The temp thing seems to have worked itself out. So what I'm assuming the temperature thing may have been was an air bubble that just happened to have happened when I did this pull, causing the car to have these erroneous readings that were either temporary or false. It's been about a week. I haven't driven the car since Saturday because I've been working on some client stuff and I've been working on the Subaru. But now that the Subaru can roll around, we can actually put the Corolla up on the lift to see what exactly is going on. I might do another oil change on this. The oil I put into this when I did the oil cooler, which you guys will see a video on the oil cooler install in a couple of days, or you might have already seen it, I don't know, it might have already gone live, but I ended up putting 020 in, which is the factory oil, and I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. Not a huge fan. Probably step up to 530 or 1040, depending on what the auto parts store has in stock. I don't hear anything like weird. I like you, Corolla, okay? I just want to take care of you. I just want you to be good. I just want you to be a good Corolla. Now that the Subaru can actually roll, we're gonna get this thing pushed out. Not supposed to rain today, so fingers crossed if it starts raining, we're gonna have to very quickly move the Subaru to a spot where it's not going to get rained on, because right now there is no windshield, there is no roof, there are no doors, there is nothing on this car. So rain is our enemy. Not too bad, right? Subaru is all pushed out, which means we have the lift all to ourselves. Dude, this thing looks so good out here. Nice little fat turbo down there and whatnot. Who didn't like that? So let's get the Corolla pulled in here, see what's going on with it exactly, fix the issue, and then we've got some goodies back here. Figured if I'm already tearing the car apart, why not modify it more, right? So we have a Veris pitch stop mount. Everybody has been telling me to get a pitch stop mount in this car. It comes with a whole bunch of durometer bushings, DC Sports shifter bushings, shifter cable bushings, billet works short shifter, and then I wanted the GR Corolla trunk bat. So let's get this thing pulled in. Getting the Corolla on the lift, kind of a pain in the butt. I had to jack it up off the rear end, put the front end on race ramps, and then swap out my shorty cups that I normally use on everything for like the medium sized ones, because the issue is that with the short cups, these are so short that the physical arm of the lift right there will hit the side skirt. So we should, in theory, be good to get this thing up off the ground now. Shake test. It feels pretty solid. Pop this. I want to see if there's anything blatantly obvious that's jumped out that's yelling, hey, this has come off, this is broken, something's wrong. So initially what I can tell is I don't see anything wrong. PCV hose still on? Yep. Yep. Vacuum nipple didn't come off? Nope. All those vacuum lines are still on? Yep. I'm guessing intercooler pipe to turbo potentially. Just not seeing anything. I was hoping to come down here and be like, oh, that's the problem. That's obviously the issue. But I'm not seeing anything. So I'm not blatantly seeing anything obvious. I want to drain the oil just to check it. Ain't no way I killed a motor in this car by doing a baby ass pull. I can rebuild an engine, but it's like, the car is 2,000 miles. We haven't really done anything to it. I mean, it all looks clean. What the hell is going on? Come on, anything hiding in here at all? Well, I'm not seeing anything. 0-20 is like freaking water, dude. Maybe I'm just being hyperbolic about the situation, but I mean, I obviously don't want to destroy this car yet. In due time, right? But not yet. New crush washer on. We'll swap the oil filter too, just to be safe. Yeah, I really don't like 0-20 oil. I will probably never use this again. The only reason I did use it is because that's all they had. Now obviously the smart thing would be change the oil, go drive the car, see if the problem's still happening after inspecting everything. I'll probably tighten all these intercooler clamps again, but smart thing would be go drive the car and see what's happening and see if it's still happening. But instead of doing that, I'm still gonna put all these mods on because the car's already on the lift and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get on and off the lift. So naturally, using a thicker oil, you're obviously going to get a small bump in oil pressure and a little bit better control over oil temperature. I'll check the intake. I mean, maybe part of the intake popped off and at the turbo, like the turbo on the side or something. Who knows? I don't know. So I do just want to show you guys, like, because I posted up on the GR Corolla forum and everyone was like, oh my God, your intercooler piping popped off, you're being dumb, all this other stuff. I'm like, I'm not, I swear. Intercooler piping is still all on. Like all of it. None of it has popped off at all. You guys can't really see the one that goes to the turbo up there. Maybe right there you can. Way up there, that red pipe that kind of feeds up, but it's like all of it, none of it has popped off. It's all fine still. Like I literally build cars for a living. This issue I'm having doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for it to be no boost, no boost, no boost, all the boost. Keep in mind, the car only has 2,000 miles on it. No boost, no boost, no boost, all the boost. And then like hesitate. Car shuts off from doing a pull. Like something is, there's something, but no check engine lights, no cells. We'll dive into the top of the engine in a minute, but since the car's already up in the air, let's actually go ahead and swap out our pitch mount. This is the Veris pitch stop mount dealio that we're gonna be putting in the car. So they give you 3 different durometer bushings. They give you a black one, a blue one, and a gray one. So the black one's gonna be 70 durometer, this is gonna be the softest. The gray one's gonna be 80, this is kind of like the middle of it. The blue one is definitely hard, like you can feel it. This is 90 durometer. They give you 2 different sleeves. One of them is going to be slightly longer. The slightly longer one is going to go into the fork brace, the chassis brace, I guess you could say. And the shorter one's gonna go into this side. They give you 1 replacement nut, which I believe is gonna go on here. So, these bushings should, for the most part, just kinda, oh yeah, dude, they just go right in. They just go right in. Oh yeah. We got these 4 on the engine side. I'm assuming the engine's probably gonna move a little bit. Those 4, and then this big guy and that big guy. Maybe I should have broken that big guy free first. Oh yeah, I'm be honest, having the 1/2-inch guy makes that way easier. Your timing's gonna work out perfect.
I gotta get this boy, get the rest of the family on the way out to that little petting zoo thing. Well, I was hoping I already had it like done and set, and I already set the other one, thinking that
Too much, you're too strong.
You're too strong.
I didn't have to move that much. I was thinking like,
No.
normally I have to do that with my big V8s. Like you gotta get like a couple people pushing on it.
Bro, it's a 3-cylinder. I lied. Before we bring the car back down, I'm going to tighten all these intercooler pipes real quick, but just so you guys can get a little bit better of a look. Varus Engineering pitch brace. You got the 1 bolt here that holds the frame side. You got this piece that is the chassis side. You can buy these individually. You can just buy this side if you really want to, but figure we might as well just get both sides. They give you the nut. The nut ends up going on the opposite side of the bolt, because on the factory one, if you look, they've got a threaded portion for that. And dude, this thing is, I mean, it's not like it's a beefy mount, but it's not a bad looking mount from Toyota. Just to dot all my T's and cross all my I's, we're gonna go ahead and just tighten all these intercooler clamps just to be safe. I mean, especially since we're already down here, might as well. Possible this could have been the culprit. It's loose, but it's not off. Some more turn. Like, I got a good amount of turns out of that. I'm not saying that was or was not the issue, but I was able to tighten that a good amount more. Yeah, it's not like any couplers popped off, but that one just felt incredibly loose.
Standard height.
Okay, this also felt loose. Honestly, this could have been the issue. Now, while I can't say the intercooler piping being a little loose was or was not the issue, it's still good to tighten it up. I'm gonna do the same thing up here in the engine bay, hit the ones that go to the throttle body as well. While the car's on the ground, we're gonna put oil in it, tighten those clamps, and then we'll jump over to checking the intake, make sure nothing's really popped off of that either. Get some oil in here, tighten these other 2 intercooler piping hose clamps, go drive this thing and pray that it fixed the issues. That's gotta be like 20 miles on that oil. Quickest oil change ever. Everything in the top end looks fine. See, dude, it's weird, I'm scared. Oh, here's our boost controller. I wanted to check these lines also just to make sure that nothing's wrong with the boost controller lines. All they had in 530 at the auto parts store was Mobile 1, so that is what we are using this time. I'm gonna let all that settle down there real quick. While that settles, tighten the intercooler pipes, check the oil, adjust as needed. Now don't get me wrong, I obviously don't want anything to happen to this engine. Oh, these are a little bit loose too. I don't want anything to happen to this engine, but I genuinely, I would build the engine. I would build a motor for this car. Purely because I like it. I genuinely like this GR Corolla stuff. It's not necessarily a hard car to, oh yeah, dude, some of these were loose. It's not loose, but I can definitely tighten them more. You can do a little bit more. We're right below the top dot.
Speak to me, GR Corolla. What is your problem? Why are you sad? Why are we having issues? What is wrong? I wish you could just talk to me. Just speak to me. Speak your little Japanese words to me.
Car's got to go back up in the air so we can put the under trays and everything back on. I'll probably do one more quick glance over to make sure I don't see anything blatantly obvious that there's an issue with the car. Put the cover back on. We'll go take it out. We'll test it. Hopefully the car doesn't shut off on us while driving again. Tightened all the couplers, tightened all the clamps. So I'm going to assume that we're fine. Just did a fresh oil change. So, you know, like that.
My first would be with me forever.
So you broke the Corolla? You didn't have to break the Corolla for me to stay with you. Well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe the Corolla's upset because we haven't put a bigger turbo on it. I would be upset if I was a car and I didn't get a bigger turbo. Let's go take it for a little test drive. We have 530 in it now. We tightened down on the intercooler clamps. We visually did not see anything wrong. The oil looked great coming out of it. No sparkly metal bits, because that was one of my main concerns, but maybe we spun a bearing, but it's not really possible. For, I mean, anything's possible, but the likelihood doesn't make sense. So, see what happens. Worst case scenario, the car shuts off on me again on the drive home. Just in case something happens, I'll at least have a data log for it. So we're just gonna go do a couple little hits real quick and see what happens. Yeah, That's not normal. I want to give it like a watt hit. I want to hit it hard. Something's not right, dude. Shifter cables feel great. Something is not right though. Boost should be pretty linear on this car and it's not. So coming in. It's like it's got insane boost lag right now. It's like the turbo's not even doing anything. Up to like 4,000 RPM, it's like the turbo's not doing anything, and then it's all turbo at once. I'm gonna mash it. It's like no turbo, no turbo, no turbo, all the turbo. What is happening? It feels sluggish. I'm gonna let it data log this idle for a minute. Engine oil pressure 10 to 12 psi right now. On 530, 12 to 13 psi oil pressure. Like this is, dude, it's abnormally low. Why is the oil pressure so low right now? Literally all I did on my drive home, I did a baby pull. The car died, had trouble starting again. I pushed it off to the side of the road. Was able to get it started by feathering the throttle, but none of this makes fucking sense, man. Dude, what the fuck is going on? 11 psi oil pressure on 530. Temps hanging out around 201 to 206 degrees. Car has no boost up until 4K RPM. Like, it like revving it even feels sluggish. It's like I just pulled it up in the air. All intercooler pipes are on there. They're all tight. Like I have no idea what the fuck is going on with this thing. I have built and diagnosed many a car, but I'm actually confused as to what the hell's going on here. None of these symptoms that's going on with the Corolla make sense for a clear and concise issue. Low oil pressure normally means the oil pump is failing. Shut up. Key detected in vehicle. Shut up. Low oil pressure is normally an indication of oil pump, bearing failure, a restriction or open flow in the oil system. It's just, none of this makes sense because this issue, and some people are gonna be like, well, you put an oil cooler on the car, that's gonna cause oil pressure to decrease. Not to the extent that it is. Plus, additionally, the oil cooler was fine from when I installed it to when I did the pull. When I did the pull, something happened. Something happened when I did the baby pull that caused the car to do this. I don't know what it is. Having boost delayed until 4,000 RPM, wastegate, boost controller, tune. Graham's looked at the tune, he said the tune looks fine. Bad turbo, but the correlation of low oil pressure and no boost until 4,000 RPM is what doesn't make sense to me. They're two entirely different systems in the car. And the car was fine, that's the other thing. The car was 100% fine up until I did the pull, so I can't pinpoint it and be like, well, this aftermarket part was the problem, this aftermarket part was the problem. None of it makes sense. And of course, modifying the car didn't fix the problem either, so that's whatever. But I'm actually stumped. Future me, I have been racking my brain on this for the past week trying to think of things that could happen. So the main symptoms: low oil pressure at idle or lower than average. 11 psi on 530 and the GR Corolla is lower than average. On 020, before the turbo decided to do this weird stuff that it's doing, we were averaging like 16 to 18, sometimes 20 psi at idle. And there's a couple things, like it could be oil pump related, but an oil pump related issue for oil pressure and boost being delayed doesn't make sense. The tune doesn't make sense either, because we've been on this tune for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and this has never been an issue. The issue didn't become prevalent until we did this poll. The only thing that makes sense in my mind, and I could be wrong on this, I'm just trying to connect dots here. Oil pressure and boost overlap is at the turbo. But it would be incredibly difficult for me to believe that a factory turbo at 2,300 miles and the car making the same amount of boost that it was from the factory killed the turbo. Like, do you guys see where I'm having an issue connecting the dots between these two things? Personally, the only thing that makes sense in my mind is a bad turbo. It's just so hard to believe, but like everything in my mind is like, it's gotta be the turbo, man. Nothing else makes sense. The oil when we drained it was clean. There's no bearing material. There's no signs of a hurt engine. The car will drive perfectly okay, and oil pressure is fine throughout the RPM band. It's not like we have low oil pressure at RPM. Chiming in because like I said, dude, I've been racking my brain on this. I'll buy a bigger turbo. I don't go, well, we'll put a bigger turbo on the Corolla. We'll build the head. We'll put a clutch on it. We'll send it. I don't care. But I want to know. I want to know what this issue is. Nobody else has had this problem. And everyone I've talked to said nobody's killed a factory turbo yet. And it wouldn't make sense for us to kill a factory turbo at stock power levels, you know? So with that, that's all I've got for you guys on this one. If you like the video, you know what to do. If you like the video, I mean, it's not really a video I feel like I should like. But, you know, just to keep the YouTubes happy, go ahead and like the video. If you got any questions, comments, anything, let me know. But with that, or if you're interested in the Corolla updates, I'll put a subscribe button right up here, anywhere, one of the corners. No idea which one yet, but let me know. So, vehicle assist deactivated. Be careful when exiting vehicle. Don't tell me how to live my life, Corolla. I'm mad at you. So with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.